So we are on item number 4. This is a 1967 Dodge Coronet. This is owned by a friend of mine who lives nearby, just maybe 15 or 20 minutes away. His name is Ray Parento in Derby, Vermont. And I was over there last weekend, and we did some video work together. Let me find it. Here it is. Let's take a look.
I'm Ray Parento, Derby, Vermont. Here I've got my 67 Dodge Coronet. I've owned this car basically a good portion of my life. I was 16 years old when I got this car. I'm 59 now. It had 16,780 original miles on it when I got it. A gentleman in Morgan, Vermont at the time owned the thing. My dad, being in high school, I was just getting ready to get my license. We were trying to find a car. My father says, I know where there's a car for you. It's an old car. I said, okay. And went and looked at it. And I'm sure most kids at that time when you're in high school, they're not much interested in an old car. So, like I said, it is a Coronet 500. It's pretty much original as it was when I got it. It has been touched up a couple times. When I went to college, it once had a slant 6, 225, 3 on the tree. I went to school to be an automotive tech. Something about a big B-body Mopar with a 6-cylinder didn't really excite me that much.
Yeah.
So there was a car that was given to the school just for parts and pieces and just do whatever you wanted with it. And I asked for the motor. So I built this 318 motor for it. I was in school. It was kind of cool because you're getting graded on your project. So that was my shop project. I built this motor. We just built it fairly stock. We did change some pieces in it. It's got 340 heads, 4-barrel carburetor. We put headers on it. And so I left, when we were in school, I had it running pretty good. And I left the original 3-speed transmission in it. And we broke that a couple times. Literally, I had enough torque, it split the case. You get after it in second gear, and it would just literally twist the case and break it. So I ended up putting a 4-speed in the car. So I had it all these years. Never drove it. You know, when you're in high school and college, you don't really have a lot of extra money. So I was able to go through those times and not have to drive it in the winter and the salt. Which, and hence, that's why it looks the way it does here now. Doesn't get driven a lot now. We may take it out a couple times a year, but typically it won't see more than 100 or so miles in the summer. There were a couple things that I had done to it. It had drum brakes on it. I did a 4-wheel disc brake conversion. My wife likes to ride in the car, and she mentioned several times she'd like to drive the car. And it literally, you want to stand on it with both feet, and she being so small. So we put power brakes on it, but it is manual steering, and it's kind of a bear. It's a big car, and it's got radial tires on it. So sitting still, it's hard to steer. So that's a conversion I haven't done to it yet. But don't really have much more to say about it. It's pretty much an original deal. It's been so long since I've owned the damn thing. I can't say that there's been, other than washing it and rubbing it all these years, that's about all I do to it.
Nice. Does the interior stock, or has that been upgraded?
Yeah, never done.
Nice.
Yeah, in fact, the driver's seat needs some repairs. There's a lot of flaws that are starting to come through. I mean, hey, the car is very old.
Yeah.
It's got a couple blisters now that at some point they'll have to get repaired. They just haven't. I can open the hood if you want.
Yes, yeah.
It used to look pretty good at one time. It hasn't seen a lot of love, but it looked pretty decent when I opened the hood.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's a 318, and it's. I wouldn't have any problem driving the car to Connecticut if I needed to today.
Nice, yeah.
It was always trustworthy to drive.
Sure. I'll get this side too.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that. Nice. Want to fire it up?
Sure.
Nice. I'll go around behind for the exhaust note too. Oh yeah, nice burble. Yeah, that's nice, Ray.
Cool deal. There you have it. What do you guys think of that?
It's a nice Dodge. I mean, from a distance, when you first come out, you'd almost think it was a Charger, not a Coronet.
Sure. Yeah, like one of the early Chargers.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact that it was an original 225, one of the first cars I had when I was a kid had that same engine. You couldn't kill them.
Sure.
Run them dry on antifreeze and drive it home, fill it back up, and that's probably one of the stouter engines that Chrysler ever produced. The first time you open the hood and look at one, you think, damn, my motor mount broke. The engine fell over.
Yeah. Cool deal. Any more thoughts on the Coronet before we move forward? Or?
Well, that motor you took out, that was a collector's piece. They lasted forever, those Slant 6.
Sure.
Yeah. We have a stock car class up here with just 6 cylinders. And most people have gone with that Slant 6. And they put 3 2-barrels on it, and they're fast. They're fast.
Sweet.
Yeah.
They've won a lot of demolition derbies in their day.
Yeah.
I mean, you run them bone dry, and they won't die. I don't know what it is about them. They just
would like the old Timex ads. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's been since he's had that since he was in high school. Yeah, that is really cool. And I love that exhaust note too. Is like you could hear as I get closer to the back end of it to the pipes there. You could really hear that note. That was really nice. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Well, good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here tonight. I have a robust lineup of muscle car entertainment on tap for you tonight, including a guest from halfway around the world in Australia. We'll be getting to all of that in just a moment, but before we do, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Please let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, our first-time viewers, if this is your first time tonight, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a good time with us tonight, and I hope that you decide to join us here each and every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This podcast simulcast to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this, circle back in 1 week's time and we'll be here waiting for you with another episode of the Muscle Car Show and Tell podcast. Now, of course, to our regular viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you guys are the ones who make this possible, and we thank you so very much for that. We do have some comments that have come in. Let's take a look here. Our good friends Stacy and Art Fosler from Platkill, New York are in the house. They're regular viewers. Thank you so much for being on. We very much appreciate that. And of course, one of our other regular viewers, David from Alaska Railroad, says, good evening, Mike and podcast members. He's a regular viewer from Wisconsin. Thank you so much, David. We really appreciate that. Looks like everything is working properly, so let's bring everyone on here and get the party started, as they say. Get all the mics turned on here. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
Well, how are you?
Doing good. Doing
Not
good.
bad at all. Not bad.
I'm surviving.
Good, good. Yeah, Rob and I.
Flu, but...
Sure, yeah, Rob and I have both been under the weather here. I've been struggling with a cold, and Rob's been struggling as well. But as they say, the show must go on.
Yes.
But so cool. Our special guest tonight is here from all the way across the world in Australia, hanging out with us people in North America. And he's Dale McKeon. And you get some cool vehicles behind you, Dale. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and what's going on behind you there?
Yeah, I'm actually at work where I work here in Yea in Victoria, country Victoria. I work at a hot rod shop, and we've actually got a hot rod club that's just arrived for a bit of a walkthrough with the boss. So there's a few. I'm just out in the car park at the moment. There's a few more down this way, but yeah. So normally there's a lot of nice cars on the inside, but today there's a few nice cars in the car park.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Now, is there a sign or something in the front of the building so we can try to give a shameless plug to the shop where you work?
There's a very small one down there. It's called Deluxe Rod Shop. We're in Yea, Victoria. YEA is but you pronounce it Yea. But yeah, the name is Deluxe Rod Shop. There's the logo on the t-shirt.
Nice.
And we're just getting a bunch of cars ready for there's a big show called Motorex that's in Melbourne coming up in about 2 weeks time. So we've got a few show cars there that are going to be unveiled there, and yeah, it's some high-end stuff coming out of here. So yeah, very good.
Wonderful, wonderful. The other thing I'm thinking too is, since you are on the clock at work, I'm thinking if we're doing a shameless plug for the business, it's a lot easier for you to justify that with the people you answer to.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, as I said to you earlier, I was going to just zip home and do this, but that's all right. I can do it here and get some nice cars in the background.
For sure. Yeah. Turn lemons into lemonade, as they say.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah.
Cool. So let me pull up the menu here. We're going to get right into item number 2. You've been busy at some car shows recently, and we've got some images that I've created, some montages out of those images. The one of the shows you've been to is I hope I pronounced this correctly, the Wangaratta Historic Motor Show and Fly-In. You want to talk that up real quick before we show some footage from that?
Yeah, it's that was about a sort of 2-hour drive from where I live. It's in sort of northeast Victoria, which is in the southern part of Australia. It was a big show. They have it every 2 years. It's at a sort of small country airport where they fly a lot of, older airplanes, for the event. There's a lot of, hot rods cars turn up, a lot of steam powered vehicles and, trucks. And it's a big vehicle kind of extravaganza, but the added extra with the airplanes doing flyovers and all of that was very good to see. So yeah, very interesting.
That sounds like a good time.
It was.
Well, cool. Let me queue up one of these videos here. We'll take a look, and then after the video's done, we'll all have a chance to react to it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so we'll go clockwise around the screen here. Virgil, anything caught your eye in that?
There was a lot of things that caught my eye, and but there was way too much cool stuff on there.
For sure.
There was that truck with the was that looked like a Ford, 50-something Ford with a wooden bed there, wooden bed and steel tubs on there. That looked pretty cool.
Let me see if I can find it.
The yellow one?
Yes. Yeah, that was started there. The Phoenix, that there.
Oh yes, yeah, right there.
Yeah, that one looked pretty cool. And then that number 8 car, whatever that car is, that one looked pretty cool. The big wild exhaust coming out the sides.
Yeah, that almost looked like.
Yeah.
Is that like a Bearcat or something, or Bugatti, or?
No, it was a Ford. It was some kind of special Ford. Yeah, I did take a few photos of that. Yeah, it was an interesting sort of race car, but yeah, very, very cool.
Yeah, for sure.
No heat shields.
Right.
Nah.
Exit at your own risk.
Yes. Or get out at your own risk.
Yes. Wow. Well, cool. And Rob, anything catch your eye? Or?
Oh, there's a lot of nice vehicles in there. But why do they only have the show every 2 years?
Well, that one is only every 2 years. I think probably because of the fact that it's an air show as well, and they have another one in the opposing sort of second year at another local airport like that. So yeah, I think it's probably a big thing to organise and have people fly in from various locations. So car shows kind of happen relatively regularly, but when you've got an air show combined with it, it's sort of I think there's a little bit more organisation. So.
Yeah, I do one at an airport museum, and they bring a couple of the old ones out, and people put their cars underneath it and get their picture taken with the airplane.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, well, there was plenty of people taking photos, but we didn't get that opportunity, unfortunately. But they were doing a lot of low sort of flyovers at the show, and it was very impressive to see them sort of up close and be able to take some photos and hear them thundering through the skies. It was great. Yeah.
Yes, it makes the show more interesting. Add more things to it.
Definitely. Yeah.
Great show. A lot of good cars.
I seen that Mustang in there. That was nice.
Let me see if I can find that. Oh, the plane. Yes.
I seen that and I was like, oh yeah, it is a real air show.
Was that it right there?
Yep.
Oh, this goes by so fast. But while I've got this on, I was wondering this Fargo truck. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that one. I actually used to own one very similar to that. But yeah, it's an Australian-built Fargo, which was produced here in Australia. It's got that sort of utility side, like we were talking about last time I was on the podcast. But yeah, it's sort of based on the Pilot House era. Dodge Fargo truck. I think we had DeSoto badged ones as well. They were basically the same thing with a flathead 6 V8. A flathead 6 inline 6-cylinder motor. And it was that was a really nicely restored version. But they were produced here in the mid 50s, and I don't think it's similar but slightly different to what you had over there in the States.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And I'm trying to find that Mustang. When I scroll like this, it goes by really quickly, so it's easy to miss. I know we caught a glimpse of it right there. Was that it?
Yeah.
Right there. And it's got that trend. Whoops. And I get it off the screen here.
There we go.
That's it right
That's
there.
The one.
Cool deal.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Well, good. So I'm going to remove this, but we've got lots more to look at tonight. In fact, let me pop the menu on. We're going to be on item number 3. There's another show that you attended. It was the Rutherglen Rumble Car Show. Am I pronouncing that right?
It's Rutherglen.
Rutherglen. Oh, that's an L. I thought that was an I. All right, sorry.
Oh no, yeah, Rutherglen. Yeah, that's sorry. Yep.
I was way off. All right, my apologies. But well, cool. Well, let me pull up some footage from that show. We'll get a montage from that show. Let's take a look at that, and we'll all react to it on the other side. Cool deal. Actually, if you guys don't mind, before we make comments on this, we have comments that have come in. I don't want to miss those. Let's take a look here at what people are saying. David from Alaska Railroad is saying, wow, from Australia, this is awesome. Cool deal. And then Stacy and Art Fosler commenting on the 58 Chevy. I think that might have been on the previous clip we looked at. And then David from Alaska Railroad says he has to ask, is the Chevy LS engine swaps, are they popular in Australia like they are here in the U.S.? Excellent question. What's your thought on that, Dale?
Yeah, they are pretty popular here, just because of, you know, availability and parts and all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, they're a popular swap over here. Yeah, I think it's probably one of the more popular swaps for a lot of different vehicles. We had a few, you know, locally built things with that motor in them. So yeah, definitely.
Nice. Now, as far as the four of us reacting, Virgil went first last time, so I'll give Rob the chance. Anything catch your eye, Rob, and what we're just looking at?
Oh, I see. They're getting in the rat rods too. Rat rods are getting popular where I live now too. Yeah, the one you just showed, and it had spark plugs all around the blower, the belt.
Right there. Oop, yep. Yeah. I just missed it.
And then there was another rat rod. I think the steering wheel was a flywheel.
See if I can find that.
Yeah, inside. You showed the shifter and all that inside, and the steering wheel looked like a flywheel. It was quite different.
Oh, that custom interior. I know the one right there.
Yep,
oh, sorry. This is really touchy when I do this. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Now that I get my face in the screen, yeah, that is a flywheel.
And is that the signal lights up there? I don't know what they are.
Yeah. Man,
yes,
that
there was
crazy.
real different things with rat rods.
Yeah, they do. It's a more of an art form, isn't it? It's a big piece of art more than a vehicle. But yeah, it's interesting. They always gather a crowd around them. So yeah, definitely.
And some of them put more time in that than the other people do. Like, it's a lot of work they put in that.
It is. Yeah, they're very cool.
You can get really creative with those, for sure. And Virgil, anything catching your eye in this, or?
There was a red Ford on there. I think it was a red Crestline that came in towards the end there.
All right, let's see if we can find that.
Yeah, I think I know. There was a Mercury.
That's a Mercury. Okay. That thing was
pretty. Smooth lines.
Yeah, that
right here. There we go. Whoops, sorry. It's hard to stop exactly where I want to. Right there.
Yes, with all the smooth lines.
Yeah, they were a little slightly custom, but yeah, very nice Merc. Yeah.
Yeah, it threw me off. I thought it was like a Ford Crestline, 54 Crestline, with those little dimples on that the rear quarter panel back there. But it looked like they had them all molded in. But I was like, whoa, that thing looks sweet.
Yeah, it's a nice car.
For sure.
Yeah,
that's nicely done, for sure. And since we now have the ability, this ability to scroll through the video like this is just our second week doing this. So I want to give our viewers a chance. If something caught their eye and they want a second look, please leave a quick comment, and I'll scroll through and try to find it, and we can talk it up. And while we're waiting for some comments to come in, I'll just kind of scroll back through. And I know there was something that caught my eye. Where the heck was it here? I like that. Those big
wings.
Yeah, that's got to be what, late 50s, early 60s?
Yeah, it's about a 63, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that is sharp.
Yeah, just can't get past a long, low Cadillac.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, that truck was real nice. That red truck. I'm trying to stop directly on it. There we go. Oh, no. It's really sensitive when I scroll like this, trying to stop it exactly where I want it. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that one. Yep.
Oh, and then there was those microbuses with the raised roofs.
Yeah, there's a few of those around here in Australia. I think we have a good range of vehicles from all around the world here, actually. So when you have a car show like this, there's a good degree of European and Japanese and American and locally built Australian vehicles from, back in the day. So
yeah, that's cool. It's cool.
I forget what they call those.
The Westphalia? Is that what?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yep, that is the word.
And then that yellow car, I think was that a Europa, a Lotus Europa?
Yeah, Lotus. Yeah, it was very cool.
Nice.
Very low.
And then there was one last car. It was kind of a mystery car to me. Right there, that yellow car. Whoops, sorry. It's hard to stop exactly where I want to.
Falcon.
Right
that
there.
One?
Yeah. What was that?
So that's a pretty iconic car that in Australia. It's a Falcon. It's a Ford Falcon GT. From it's about 71. But that was one of the fastest sort of production cars in the world at the time. 351. They are very, very sought after. They were low in numbers. The original, like the genuine GT models. They raced them a lot. Touring car races down here. They are very desirable, and they often bring, six figures, like well into the, $500,000 kind of range for a genuine sort of thing. But they're a very, very popular car down here. A lot of people know that car, and so Ford Falcon GT. So it's based on the American Falcon, but with slightly different grille and tail lights and various things. A lot of local production, but basically based on the American version.
Yeah, it's got that real masculine muscle car swagger going on.
Yeah, very tough shaker hood and all of that stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm liking that. Very cool. Very cool. Well, cool. So we'll remove this and we'll continue with the program here. We're on item number 4. We're going to look at a car for sale now. This is a 1960 Chevy El Camino, and this is for sale by our friends over at B&B Auto Sales. Let me get to where I need to be here, and we'll take a look at that. Right here.
Hi, this is Dirk from B&B Auto Sales. Today we're going to show you our 60 Chevy El Camino. Pretty cool car. I mean, a finned El Camino is definitely really cool retro. Most chrome on it, looks pretty original. You might see a chip here and there. Not a lot of flaws on the paint. Repaint, originally a red car, I believe, and it has been repainted to blue. But like I said, just driver quality type chrome on it. I'm sure a lot of this is hard to get, and that's why you want to make up. Front bumper looks good. Probably been re-chromed, or there's a repro. There you can see the exhaust cutouts right there. Same deal here. Chrome all looks pretty good. Appears it probably had a new weather strip at one time there. The quality of the paint, you can see they didn't take the chrome molding off, so definitely not a show quality car, but a nice car. You can see the reflection there, me and my legs right there, so pretty decent shine to it. Just not gonna tell you it's show quality, great driver quality, I would say. There's some cup cards in there from some car shows, so the guy showed it. Interior all looks good. And see there, you can see it was probably red at one time. There's the Idaho VIN at one time. Reason that is because the VIN gets lost on these old cars. Like I said, it needs to touch up that red paint, which we'll try to do. Doors shut nice. Like I said, there's kind of the original chrome. They got a tonneau cover on it. Looks pretty good. Maybe some lighter colored stains in there, but looks, for the most part, looks pretty good. Except these fins are so cool. I just love these 59, 60 cars. They're just really, really neat. So, two exhaust, as you can see. Rear bumper looks like probably newer chrome. Same, like I said here, pretty much all original type chrome on it, but it's in good shape. Just not perfect. Got American Racing wheels on it, 14-inch tires. Not a lot of flaws. I wanted to show you one. We got back up because we like to try to show you everything. A little bit of crack in the bodywork here at one time. Not a major deal, but just so you know it. Don't see anything on this side really that look bad. Like I said, the lines are good on it. Doors shut nice. There's a book. I think there's a low car shifter for it. So low car. That's not bad. You get to know that good guys. Maybe put it in the good guys. I don't know. So the carpet looks new. Interior's in good shape. Set the door shut nice. So really, really cool car. So if you're looking for something that not a lot of these around, so they're very unique. It's like at one time they run the wiper a little too long, so the driver's side don't take it. The passenger's got that line in it. So we like to show you everything we can. This thing doesn't have a lot of flaws in it. Like I said, nice driver's side. Parking brake. Parking brake does not work. So we just got it in. So got a nice sound to it. See the blinker on the left works. Blinker on the right works. Horn works. Heater fan works. Gas for it and double check. See the dome light there is working down below. Wipers work. So I want to let you hear it. So we'll just pull back where I don't need the power or the parking brake. So I know that'll need some work. There the radio works. The old ones take a while for the tubes to, I think, warm up for the diodes or something. Still got the generator on it, 348. It runs like a watch. Power brakes, manual steering. Looks like got Edelbrock carburetor on it. This thing just runs like a watch. Headlights. Can't see it on the side of there. So it's just a neat old car. There you can see it's got a pretty good shine on it, the hood, the reflection of the stuff. So nice looking car, nice driving car. Running about 60 miles an hour at 3,000, just under 3,000 RPM. So car that'll cruise down the road pretty good. 348, 3-speed in it. So nice setup. These cars are so cool with their fins and their chrome, and you know, you can hear the radio in the background, but the radio works. So probably should have put a little gas in it. I got just over an E, so I'm gonna put something in when I get back, and we'll make sure that gas gauge works for you. We'll run it out here a couple miles just so you can see how it goes down the road. And it goes down the road nice. Steering wheels for the most part about where it's supposed to be. It's at 3,000 RPMs. Temperature gauge is coming up, so that works. Just got power brakes on it and manual steering, but it steers nice. So shifts nice. The 3-speed really shifts good. So no major issues that I know of. We got to run it through the shop and double check for any leaks or anything. So we'll show you how the brakes work here. Yeah, brakes work nice. No pull to them or anything. So nice driving car, good looking car. So any questions? 605-695-7391.
Cool. So yeah, thank you so much to our friends at B&B Auto Sales in Brookings, South Dakota. Appreciate the footage of that vehicle. Dale, do you want to any thoughts about what we were just looking at there?
Yeah, no, nice car. I actually used to have a 60 Bel Air Australian built one, and yeah, it's nice to see another one. I always have a soft spot for those.
For sure. Now, did yours have tail fins similar to what we were looking at on this one?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. It was a 4-door sedan. The Australian built ones were never fancy like that, but they had they didn't have the hard tops or convertibles or El Caminos or any of those, but they were definitely we had the 4-door version, and it was an expensive car back in the day and kind of a bit hard to find, and they were built right-hand drive here for Australia.
Oh. Wow, very nice. Very nice. And Virgil, any thoughts to what we were just looking at? Or
that would make a good street cruiser.
Oh, for sure, huh?
You know, and I changed the motor out, of course.
Yeah.
I do that LS swap that's popular in Australia, you know.
That would be cool.
Maybe it'll make its way over here, you know.
Yeah. Oh no, this car is in the U.S. This one's in South
I know.
Dakota.
I'm talking about. I was
the one
making a joke for the
about.
LS swap.
Yes,
yeah, the LS swap. Make it there. Maybe that trend will make it over here to the States, you know.
That'd be cool. For sure. And Rob, any reactions to what we're looking at? Or
oh, that's a pretty good car for somebody who wants a car to go to a car show. Like some of my friends have cars that are too nice to take to a car show.
Yeah,
so that'd be a nice car to take the car, and you don't see a lot of them around.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
You definitely get some uniqueness there. I'm trying to find a shot of those winged rear fenders, and it's hard to find a good shot of that, but there's a side shot of it. But go ahead. Did you have more on that, Rob? Or?
No, that'd be a good car for somebody that just wants to go to car cruises and stuff like that and have a nice car to drive around.
For sure, yeah. And it's got that tonneau cover and everything. And yeah, that's a nice looking rig. Cool deal. Well, let me dispose of this video, and we've got a comment that's come in We've got BCJ Vids saying some great looking cars. Well, cool. Thank you for that compliment. And yeah, so we're on item number 5. We've got some announcements, and tonight it's just one announcement, and it's going to be Rob talking to us about AMSOIL. And if you're ready, Rob, I'll put you full screen and let you go at it.
Okay, a lot of you people have heard me and Mike talk about becoming a preferred customer and all the perks about being a preferred customer. By being a preferred customer, you get 25% off all the product. You order $100 worth, they ship it to you free. No minimums of orders, no maximums. You can mix and match cases and everything. But every couple of weeks, they have a new promotion. This week, the promotion is if you order $75 worth, you get not 1, not 2, 3, 4 Coulis cups from AMSOIL. And also, cool. As a preferred customer, every time you order $100 worth, they give you $5 into your credit, and you can use it for clothing or something like that, or renew your membership. Well, this time they're going to double it. They're going to give you $10 plus the 4 Coulis cups. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Coulis cups.
Nice. Yeah, how can you go wrong with that? That's an incredible value right there.
Yeah, and if you want to know how to become a preferred customer, Mike has an email and a site you can click on, and he'll send you the information how to sign up. The best possible way to buy AMSOIL.
It is. In fact, there's a link in the description. You click that link, join the preferred customer program, and then shop from there. And everything you select after that will be at the deepest possible discount, and you'll be eligible for the 4 coolers like we're looking at on the screen, as well as the free shipping. And that's the best way to do it, is click the preferred customer link first and then shop afterward. That way you get the best possible discounts and value. Cool deal. Cool deal. Well, let's continue on with the program. We're on item number 6. We're going to be looking at some more images from the Wangaratta Historic Motor Show and Fly-In in Australia. So let me change screens here. We'll pull that up. And let's take a look. And we're back. Yeah, thank you so much for all of those images, Dale. That was really cool to look at. Virgil, any thoughts about what we were looking at just now, or
was that a Fairlane ambulance at the end there?
I almost think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you know, Dale, if that was a Fairlane or?
It was probably we had. It's probably based on a 55, 56 Ford, but they were mostly badged as a custom line here in Australia. But yeah, it's that era, 56, I think that one is. So yeah, definitely we had those. Again, that was another Australian built car from the Ford company, and they were pretty much a lot based on the American or sometimes the Canadian model. But yeah, they were very popular back in the 50s, and yeah, you had to be a well-off kind of person to afford one of those, I think.
Yeah, you figure the nice big wide body there, and seemed like it would ride very smooth.
Yeah, and quite a few of them I've seen were made into ambulances and hearses too. Like custom built bodies. Yeah,
I would just like it as a wagon.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, definitely. Anything else catch your eye, Virgil? Or
there was a lot more, but there's a bunch more through there. There was one right at the beginning there.
Is it? I don't mean to interrupt, but is this a Bug Eye Sprite?
It is. Yep.
Cool. Yeah. Ooh. But let me see if I can find the car you were talking about, Virgil. I just wanted to catch that while I was on the screen. There's a Jaguar, I think, an old Jaguar.
Yeah.
And British Leyland is very well represented in this clip.
Yeah, there was a few cars. There was an Austin Healey Club came, and there was a bunch of Minis and MGs and that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yep, the Minis there.
Did we catch the one that you were talking about, Virgil?
I didn't see it in there. It may have been a couple seconds after that.
All right, let's see here.
That airplane right there was pretty nice.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah. I'll leave mine at that right there.
Sure. All right. Well, cool. And Rob, unfortunately, had to step away for a few minutes, but he'll be back, I'm sure. But in the meantime, let's queue up the next video. We're looking at item number 7. So this is going to be from the, how is that?
Rutherglen.
Rutherglen. Okay.
Yeah.
The Rumble Car Show in Australia. All right. So let me cue that up. And I think Rob will be back with us here in just a few minutes. Here it is right here. Let's take a look. Cool. And we are back. And thank you so much to Dale for these images we've been looking at. This is from a car show out in Australia. Rob, anything catch your eye in that clip we were looking at? Or
I think I only saw the last 7 cars, but you guys don't have a lot of Corvettes there?
Yeah, there's a few. There is quite a number of Corvettes here, but maybe there wasn't too many at that show. But I know there's quite a few around. Yeah.
Because we have some shows that's all there is just a Corvette show.
Ah, well, you'd expect that in the States, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Just a Corvette weekend sometimes, eh?
Yeah. Now, we do have quite a few Corvettes. There's a Corvette club here, and yeah, all around Australia, there's quite a few of it, from the early ones to right through to the latest ones.
Yeah.
Nice. So it is common to see them. Sure. And Virgil, anything catch your eye on this? Or
yeah, there was a 50 Chevy in the beginning there. That would look pretty cool.
What color was it?
Well,
the real low one,
right
that one?
There we go, right there, that champagne color.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then there was that Rat Frink one also.
Yes, that was cool. Where was that? This must be the interior of it.
Yeah. I like that. I like the shifter with the. It looked like it had like a bicycle brake on it.
Yeah. Oh, and this. While I'm going by, I think. Oops, I'm trying to stop right on it. This is yours, Dale, isn't it?
Yeah, that's my car. Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
nice.
Nice. Well, that's on the screen. You want to talk that up a little, or
what's in that for a motor?
Yeah, it's actually got a Gen 3 Hemi 5.7 in it. That was I bought it. It's been in Australia for a number of years, and I'm about the 3rd owner of it in Australia. But it was most of the work was done in the States before it was imported here, and I've just done a little bit of tidying up with stuff. I've had it rewired and this and that, just sort of tidying it up a little bit. But it's pretty much how you see it is how I bought it. And the engine conversion and the transmission and all that was done overseas in America. So, yeah, I drive it a lot. So, yeah.
Nice. That's a nice looking car. And we have comments coming in as well. We've got David from Alaska Railroad saying that 56 Chevy struck him. Cool deal. And then David from Alaska Railroad also says, Dale, are there any Monte Carlos in Australia? Because David's a huge Monte Carlo guy.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot, to be honest. No, I don't think there is.
Well, Dale may have a few for sale for you.
No, not a lot of those. I mean, the American cars started to die out sort of in the 60s and 70s, and then the Japanese cars and European cars really took over in Australia. So that's why you see a lot of American cars up to the sort of late 60s era, and then Australian built and Japanese and European cars really took over, and American cars were much rarer in Australia.
Sure. Speaking of European cars, this Pantera is really nice.
Yeah, that's a nice car. Yeah, I see that around at a few various shows. Yeah.
That's a nice looking rig right there. And there was something that caught my eye. I'm going to see if I can find it because I have a question about it. I have a speculation as to what I think the story is. Was that it? Yes. So it says oink on the plate, and there's a pig on top of the intake there. Is this a promotional thing for a barbecue company?
No, I'm not sure. I have a feeling that the people might have liked pink, and they've obviously gone with the pig theme. But yeah, I don't know the story behind that one, to be honest.
Sure. Because first thing I thought of was barbecue, especially with the pig on the top of there. Yeah.
Nah.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
You must be an American.
I am. I love my barbecue for sure. Absolutely, guilty as charged. Well, cool. So let me remove this and let's take a look here. We're on item number 8. We're going to be taking a look at a 1969 Chevy Chevelle. This car is for sale by our friends out in Addison, Illinois, MGM Classic Cars. So let me pull that up here. We're going to take a look at a 69 Chevelle. Here it is right here. And we are back. Thank you so much to MGM Classic Cars for that footage of that 69 Chevelle. Dale, any reactions to that?
Yeah, it's a nice looking car. I've got a friend who would be very interested in that.
Nice. Yeah, if he's interested in doing overseas business, give MGM Classic Cars a call. Their numbers right on the screen there. They have an excellent, always have an excellent selection of muscle cars over there.
Cool.
Nice. And Virgil?
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was a very crazy car. And see, it's calling my name like a match.
I hear that. Yes.
It's asking me.
And that was nicely done too, especially that interior.
Yeah.
Really nicely done interior.
I have my cousins and I, we're kind of partial to like the 71 and the 72.
Yeah.
Just because of the tail lights there.
Yep.
But that right there is like, oh my God, it would make me want one.
For sure.
Yeah. My friend Pat had Pat or his brother had one of those. And Pat also had a El Camino.
Oh, sweet. Yes.
Oh man. Huh. But that is such a nice representation right there.
It is. And I've never seen one in orange like that. That's pardon me, I've got a cold. It's a cool look. I wouldn't have thought to go orange with it, but it does work.
Yeah. Back in the Bay Area, we seen some guy had it was a San Francisco Giants theme, but it was black with orange stuff. No, it was a Cutlass. Black Cutlass with orange stuff on it,
I bet that was nice, yeah.
But yeah. Or
the other thing I like about the 69 is it has that little notch by the headlight. I think that might have been the only year that they did that. I know in 70 they went with more of a squarish front end, but I always like that little notch there. But and we've got a comment that's come in. Let's take a look here. We've got Stacy and Art Fosler saying he agrees on the 72 Chevelle. Cool deal. And then we've got someone on Facebook saying nice car, outstanding. We appreciate the feedback. Well, cool. Unfortunately, Rob has left us. I don't know if it got disconnected, or I know he wasn't feeling well. Both he and I are sick tonight, but I think he's probably sicker than I am. But yeah, so we're going to continue on with the podcast here. Let me remove this footage, and we've got one more video to look at. This is some more images from the Wangaratta Historic Motor Show and Fly-In in Australia. Let me cue that up here, and we will take a look. Cool, and we are back. Yeah, Virgil, any thoughts on what we were looking at there? Oh, your microphone's off. Oh, I think we're both trying to unmute at the same time. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Virgil.
All right, I'm back now. You had that that mobile tanker at the beginning.
Yeah.
Sorry, I seen tanker. It went crazy.
Right there.
Yeah. Yes.
That was cool to see.
And then there's that. There's that. What is that? Like, I guess an early fire truck that was all full convertible.
Right there.
Yeah. I think it was a Dodge. Yeah. It was very, very. There was a good representation of sort of commercial vehicles at this show as well. Like, trucks, and because it was in a big area at the airfield, it was there was a lot of space. So, a lot of trucks turned up, and it was really cool to see.
Yeah, nice. See, that's one of those right there. I want one, but I do the wrong. To the purist, I do the wrong thing to it. Sure. I wouldn't put it back as a fire truck. Be a nice hot rod.
For sure. You can set that up with seats all through the back of it and take all your friends around.
Yep. Just take use it as something like some type of hot rod, a nice big diesel motor in there that for the high end torque for the rest of the body. But yeah, that thing is very nice.
That sure is. We'll get some comments coming in too. Let's see. David from Alaska Railroad says, great show. Thanks for the Australian show, Dale. He said it's awesome to see what's out there in other parts of the world, and I concur for sure. Yes. Also, another person on Facebook says, thank you to Dale for sharing your videos with us. Looks great. Car shows, looks like they have great car shows in Australia also. And then also the fire truck would make a good barbecue pit. Excellent idea. Now you're talking.
Yep.
And you could do it up pink with the pig thing on the top. Maybe the two of them can combine forces,
That's it.
Oink 2 or Pinky 2, huh?
Yes, exactly. And then there was one that I saw. I saw that Fargo again. Yeah. Right there, that blue Fargo. I like that.
Yep.
And then there's Dale's car, I think.
Yes.
And there was one, I wasn't sure what it was. It's this is the back of it, right there. Whoops, sorry, it's hard to stop exactly where I want to. Do you know what that is, Dale?
That's a Holden, like one of our locally produced Holdens from, I think it's about 1970, 69, 70, 71-ish. I'm not real great on exact models, but yeah, that's a Holden. We produced hundreds of thousands of those. Our Holdens are no longer being produced here in Australia, but they were very, very popular for many years, from sort of the late 40s right through till recently when they ceased production here. But yeah, they were a very popular car in Australia. Yeah, but that model was about around about the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s.
And is that the front of it we just saw? Looks like it's hard to stop on the. Sorry, right there.
That one. That's also a Holden. That's a utility, a Ute. So, but that's a bit later. Okay. That one. That's sort of a later 70s one. That one. So yeah.
Yeah, I like those front lights.
Yes.
Yeah,
it gives it almost like a European look.
Yeah, well, they were popular. There was thousands again, like thousands are very common on the roads years ago. But to see them now, they're a bit rarer on the road, and you see them at car shows now. So, like most of these vehicles.
Sure. And then there was another car. I don't know that era well enough to know what that green one right there. That looked like what I see in the old World War II movies. Do you know what that was?
Yeah, it's a Citroen. It's French Citroen. So yeah, and it was a very nice car.
Citroen. Yeah, that's a British car, isn't it?
French.
French car. Yeah.
French.
Yeah, but they're not. They're very rare here too. Like I can't say I've seen too many of those around, but. The good thing about shows like this is some interesting cars come out and things like that. They might only come out to 1 or 2 shows a year, depending on what it is and how far they've got to travel. But, you know, to see some interesting stuff like that is always a treat.
Yeah, for sure. And then we've got a question that's come in. David from Alaska Road is asking Dale, was the Holden based on a Chevy?
Not really. They were Australian designed and Australian built, but there's a lot of, because Holden was a part of General Motors, so it was the Australian arm of General Motors, just like in England, Vauxhall was part of General Motors, and Opel in Germany, and so our General Motors local brand was Holden. So there's a lot of influence from Holden, from GM in the designs back then. So, and I think, you know, a lot of designers were probably backwards and forwards from America at the time designing a lot of these cars. So there's definitely influences in the styling, and, you know, mechanical parts and pieces. Like a lot of those cars have got Chevy motors and stuff like that. So
they shared a lot of components.
Yeah, components and a lot of design. So whether it was exactly, it wasn't necessarily an American part, but a lot of the time it was based on the American part and the styling and stuff like that. So yeah.
Sure. And then the last thing I was going to say, and Rob's going to be disappointed. I hope I can find it. There we go. Rob missed the one Corvette of the whole program.
Yeah, so I'll have to remember. Yeah, have to remember to feature more Corvettes, right? Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, and I'll have to make sure he views this after the fact to make sure he sees
sure.
it. Yeah, he's going to want to see that.
I noticed one more thing. You have that Ford tractor on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where was
that? Back of that truck. Yeah.
Yeah, I love tractors also.
Yeah, right there. I think right there.
Yeah. Hey, Rob, when you're driving me up Route 100, like going towards Morrisville.
Yes.
There's that traffic on the tractor's on that house at the right, on the left, that I keep telling you about that tractor.
Yes.
Hey,
nice.
Hey Dale, I got one last question for you there, Mr. Dale.
Sure.
I have a question about you guys' burnout contests.
Yeah.
I've heard about those things. And I heard some epic things about those burnout contests there.
Yeah, if you Google Summer Nats in Canberra, which is our capital city of Australia, but there's every year there's Summer Nats is on in January, and that's renowned for that kind of action. We have a lot of it, you know, in various other shows and places, but Summer Nats is where you'll find. So Google Summer Nats in Australia, and you'll see plenty of burnout action there.
Okay. I did have an app on my phone, a game on my phone, a few years ago, old Apple game where it had the burnout contest, and they had some of the bigger names on there, some of the big burnout names, and then they had like the way the cars were built. I was just like, oh, wait, they built this car just for burnouts. You know, you got that massive blower on there, that Wyman, you know, that Wayne's blower on the top, and just, oh man, just a great thing.
Yeah, well, as I said, Summer Nats is where it's at. So have a look at that, and you can feast your eyes on some burnouts there.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, cool. So unless anyone had any final thoughts, we're at that time of the night where it's time to wrap up the podcast. But I'd like to thank the two of you for coming on, and also to Rob for joining us. I think he had to step away, unfortunately, but we appreciate him coming on, and also to our viewers as well. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
Oh, I got my burnout question answered.
No, thanks again for having me, and it's nice to share a bit of information about what goes on down here with you guys up there.
For sure, yeah, this is great. It's a good time. We'll have to have you on every now and then.
No worries, all good.
Cool deal. Well, yeah, thank you so much, gentlemen. And as always, we give the last word to our friends at AMSOIL. If I can find the, here it is. Okay. Yes. Well, have a good evening, everyone.
All right. Peace.
Thanks.
Take care.
See ya.
Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about AMSOIL. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your AMSOIL products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what AMSOIL is and why you should consider using AMSOIL products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. AMSOIL is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses Amsoil for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that Amsoil is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because Amsoil doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And Amsoil likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of Amsoil is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, Amsoil says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the Amsoil bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the Amsoil. Amsoil's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So Amsoil's an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running Amsoil than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And Amsoil is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather. It runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that Amsoil has available.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the Amsoil experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
Amsoil has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, Amsoil will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. Amsoil sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering Amsoil. Is that correct?
It is. It is.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an Amsoil order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer discount, preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the Preferred Customer Program page, where you can take advantage of all these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the Preferred Customer Program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the Signature Series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click checkout now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name, and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL Preferred Customer Program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters, free DVD requests, so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing, or hot rods. We have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure, for sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL. People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the product. Perfect.
Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL is a fun business. AMSOIL has been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.